Hi guys. Sorry your Year of Fear challenge is late this week. Audrey bumped her chin on the coffee table next to the sofa and sliced it a bit, got a tooth and a lip, and it was a stressful mess for me. I don't do blood. I can do almost any other bodily fluid, but my heart just it breaks apart. My brain explodes and I'm like, "Oh my god, blood, what do I do?" Not so bad with my blood, but the kids, oh, the heart-wrenching just so yeah, very stressful. But this week we are continuing our theme for the month of May, which is the Power Month. Number 5, all that good numerology stuff. We have been discussing what you want, why you want it, how you expect to get it, and this week is all about who your support team is going to be. So, it should actually be kind of easy if you have been keeping up week to week. This should be a pretty easy week. Last week was a fun, sort of daydreamy week. This is more of a little continuing with your plan, continuing with the steps of what you want to accomplish, sort of thing. For example, I have a few examples. A young lady in one of my classes is working on her criminal justice degree. She was talking about she wanted to start working in a particular county. And I said, "Oh, you know what? I actually know some people that you could talk to about that. They'd be happy to help you," sort of thing. And she was like, "Wow, really? That's awesome." Like, completely unexpected. She wasn't looking to put together a support team, but before you finish your degree, you should already have a job offer. That's the goal. That's the goal, okay? So before you finish your plan of attack, you want to start a business, you should already have your mentors in place, your lenders in place, your insurance in place, that sort of thing. I was talking about doing a pop-up store in the fall. Before I collaborate with who the other artisans are going to be, I have to find a place to do it, an affordable place to do it. And I had been looking, of course, at the local mall to get, they always have the little stores, on the ends that kind of go in and out sort of thing. But they didn't want to do the month-long rental because I said I want it from Thanksgiving to Christmas and that's it. That's it. Because first off, the hours are terrible. And I'm going to have to staff through those hours. They're like, well, you could get a kiosk and, you could leave early, just zip up your kiosk. And I'm like, no, no. So I had to expand my search. There are other smaller strip malls that are close to the mall, but aren't really destination centers. And I feel like in order for the idea to be successful, obviously location is absolutely key, absolutely. And even though our local county arts board is huge, very big on promoting local artisans and having different kinds of photography shows, art shows, painting shows, I don't feel like it's a good match. And I had already talked to two people from that unit because there are different parts of the board and all that. And they had made a few suggestions, but were like, this isn't something we'd like to tag on to. Basically, I was hoping that they would, but they aren't. So I kind of had to put the idea of searching for the artisans on hold while I find someplace to do it. It's like you can't jump from A to Z without getting all the other letters in between. This is the whole thing. So if you're looking to write a book, you should find another independent author that you may be able to team up with that could, maybe completely different genre of book. That doesn't matter. If you have questions about independent publishing, they might be able to help you with questions. There are a lot of online mentor groups. If you're learning to play guitar, if you're learning to crochet or knit, if you're learning any kind of skill, there are a lot of people that would love to support you because they had people to support them. And that's the idea. You pass on the good karma, right? Why is who important? Who is pretty important. It's easy to go it alone, but it's better if you have someone to share the mistakes that they made along the way so that you don't make those mistakes. You get to make new mistakes and hopefully save yourself some cash in the meantime. One of the gentlemen that I know has lots of small businesses, and he likes to start businesses and then sell them. That's what he likes, okay? He likes the challenge in the beginning, all right? That's his adrenaline rush sort of thing. So if I were thinking of starting a small business, I would talk to him because he's done it so many times. He kind of has everything already set up in his head for whatever his next jump is going to be. Uh, it's interesting to say I did it alone. It's better to say I did it with help, and here are the things that I learned. So that you, in turn, when you're situated with your success, can turn around and say to somebody else, I'd like to help you. What are you looking to do? That sort of thing. We as people tend to forget that our mentors are only human, okay? For example, I was training up in Lilydale, and I love my time there. There's nothing bad that I can say about that. But there were a lot of the mediums were just revered because they are mediums. That's, their thing. I had, and I'm sure I talk about this on a way early video, I was doing mini readings at the fair as a kind of give back thing. They asked the graduates to come back and volunteer for this event. And I had a bunch of people come through, a lot of people I didn't know, which was really great. People visiting for the first time, people coming back for the mini readings because they're really cheap, and one of the people that stopped by my table, I was doing tarot cards, was one of the big name mediums. And she had asked me about love. And I was like, okay, great. Shuffle my tarot cards, lay them out. It said nothing about love. Nothing. And she was frustrated. She didn't want to hear anything else I had to say because I couldn't answer the question she wanted me to answer. Now, we as mediums know, we as people who are channels for the other side know we don't always get the answer you want to hear. We don't always get the person that you want to connect to. What we get is what you need to hear. And I gotten the information about like taxes or finances or something that was really important that she needed to hear. Well, she wasn't listening regardless. And that frustrated me as a person giving the service to someone who is a professional who's been doing it for forever. And I'm like, look, this is important. Pay attention. So, yeah, I get it. But that totally turned me off from her as a person. And I understand because we all want to hear good news. She wanted me to say, in 6 months, the love of your life is coming. You will meet him on a mountain. I don't know what she wanted to hear, but I didn't have it, right? And if I had gone to a reader and got asked about love and didn't get a message about love, I'm sure I would have been disappointed too. But I can promise you that I would have been respectful enough to listen to whatever the message was. That's the difference. And it's difficult because sometimes people have personas in public and they're different in private. And that's fine. A lot of people, the people on TV or whatever, I get it, okay? You're selling something on TV. I get it. A lot of business people I know are terrible at relationships. Really great at business, horrible at relationships. And I've had people say things about those people, be like, oh, they can't be very good at handling a business because they can't even manage their own life. Well, it is two very, very different things. But we can't say this is a bad person because they're bad at relationships. We can say they're very talented at businesses, and that's what I want to tap into. Or they may be extremely creative. You may be looking for new ideas and you're brainstorming and you want feedback and kind of maybe hints and tips with marketing sort of thing. And, we can't put the person up on a pedestal and say, this is the greatest person on earth because they help me with marketing tips, or they help me edit my book, or they help me whatever, because they're just people too. So just keep that in mind. Please think about a team to build. Everyone needs a support team. Everybody. As an autism mom, I have a very specific autism support group. Obviously, the family, my mom, my grandma, 2 friends who are autistic parents, and, the community setups, which is great. As a medium, I have a support group. As a farmer, I have support group, as person who works. I have a job support group. It's important to have these things in place just for sanity reasons, right? For communication reasons. You know, the gym support group that's there when I'm not feeling accomplished, for when I'm really feeling down, who are there to tell me, don't give up. I've felt the same way. I've been where you are. Push through it. Keep going. Keep going. Or, you know, it's, people are important. I don't even like people, and people are, I don't like people in large groups. I really don't, which is why I really don't do a lot of gallery readings. Not because I don't like people, I don't like large groups. Like, it just, going into cities, I never like going into cities. Even big towns. You know, my sister was making fun of me. I'm like, you know, that's kind of close to Baltimore. I don't really want it. And she's like, but it's not in the city. And I'm like, it's a little too close. I'm okay. Thanks. Yeah, I'll do something else. I don't like a lot of people. But, you know, that's maybe something I need to learn, right? Practice. Get over that fear. Get over that anxiety. So this week, build your support groups, you know. There are a lot of people that are single moms, great support groups. A lot of them, of course, because they are single moms, they don't meet in person. There are a tremendous amount of Facebook groups that are for local single parents, not dating, just support. You know, I'm having this challenge. I'm having this difficulty with my ex. I'm having trouble potty training, you know, all this stuff. And it's just nice to know that there are people there that can help you, that are willing to help and put in the effort. I've made a lot of great friends who I haven't even met, all the autism people who I haven't even met, and I absolutely consider friends because, you know, they've helped me through some challenges. I've been able to help them with a few things. And it's meant the world to me. So thank God for the internet. Thank goodness. If you have any questions, you know the deal. Livingmediumship at gmail.com. You can direct message me through the YouTube, or you can go on the Facebook page. I threw up cards for the week again. Audrey did them this week because Dean was very busy playing, but she picked some good ones. All right. I love you guys. Have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.